What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simba Sports Hub, man, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. And big fucking shout out, happy Victory Monday. It is. Happy Victory Monday to my Washington Commanders, to our Washington Commanders, man. We pulled out a hell of a victory, and your boy was in the stands as I witnessed something that we haven't done as an organization in a long time. I think the last time we put up 30 plus in multiple games back in the 90s. I think I read that stat, man. But before we get into Victory Monday, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. And also, and always, as I ask of you, man, go ahead and drop a comment. Tell me how you feel about the game. Talk about the what you expected. I know I didn't do a prediction video. Work got behind a little bit, and I had to just pack up and hit the road to head to Arizona, so I couldn't do a prediction video. My apologies about that. But guess what? We here now. We gonna talk about it. We gonna have discussion. I'm gonna give y'all my personal point of view, actually being at the game. Um, and yeah, man. So let's kick it off with traveling into Arizona, man. I done been to the West Coast a lot, and mainly Vegas, and dealing with the heat, getting off the airplane. Good lord, it was hot as double hockey sticks. Um, it was hot. Got to my room, I was like, "Thank you, Lord." Just being in an environment and chilling and having fun. It was very fun being in Arizona. My first time ever being in Arizona. Didn't know what to expect. Food was good, good vibes. Had much fun. Much love to everybody that showed love out there in Arizona. Thank y'all for your hospitality, because now we're gonna get into game day, get into the game. Um, I didn't know what I knew we was, I had a chance. I had a feeling that we was gonna win. I knew we was gonna win. I knew the Cardinals was a little banged up. I knew that we can run the ball against them based off of what where they ranked in run defense. But I had high hopes that we was gonna win. But putting up 42 on their head, and also holding them to 14, which we're gonna get into how they only scored 14, because some grades gonna get passed out, and man, it's you definitely got to give a round of applause to not only the Commanders as a team, but the defense finally played a hell of a game. If we want to be honest, I know we can be overly critical at times of our team and our defense, because we haven't been looking good since week one. And it got a little the first drive, man, they came out and put up 7 on us, man. Let the rookie Marvin Harrison Jr., who we knew was going to be a generational talent, going up against them, that it was a chance that he was going to possibly score, especially with how our DBs have been playing all season. But anywho, again, man, major shout out to Arizona, man. It was the stadium looked beautiful. It was cool as hell. They AC build, I know that motherfucker high as hell, because it felt like nothing out like outside. It felt like you was just in a whole different place, because it was dry cooking out there walking to the stadium. But the stadium was phenomenal, man. It looked beautiful. Crowd was live. Being there with my homeboys, man, we was in there making jokes. I lost my voice a little bit, like during the game. I was acting just semi unusual at a away game, man. I'm out that. I was talking trash. I was talking big trash as the game started to get out of hand. Even when they came down and scored after the half and scored 14 points, I was still talking trash. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, I was doing all that, man. Where y'all going? Why? I was giving them what we as Washington Commanders fans been feeling every time we go to a home game, and the opposite team come and just flood our stadium, and we hearing Eagles chants, we hearing Giant chants, Pittsburgh, like, I was giving them a taste of what we've been, and I was telling them, some of the fans, I was like, "Hey man, I apologize sincerely, because this is what me and my fan base have to go through when we at home, and we've been trash for so long, and guess what? Now we get to pay it back, and I'm sorry it had to be y'all. I would have loved for it to be the Giants week 2, but I already knew that was gonna be a tough game. But at the end of the day, they took that L. But anywho, yeah, man, I was acting a little unusual. But I was also locked into the game, man, and seeing how good we played on offense, on defense. Tress Wade got his, he ended the streak on, not punting the ball. We did have to punt the ball twice, which I'm okay with. I'm fine. So all right, let's jump into the game, man. Let's get into my viewpoint. I think I was sitting at about the 20-30 yard line. But I was on the visitor side. And I can see, man, they stadium like sitting in the 100 sections. No gloats. Um, Sitting in the 100 section, man, you can see the field perfectly. Like it was like you have your fans that stand up in key moments and things like that, which is expected. But you can still see the game clear as day. You know what I'm saying? All the touchdowns that were scored on the opposite end of the end zone, like I could see those with no issue. Um, but yeah, man, the game was the environment was cool. The game was exciting. It was a lot of we. I don't know if y'all heard it, but we took over that stadium after the like midway through the third quarter, man. Them Cardinals fans was like, man, we about to go ahead and beat traffic, head back home, and finish watching the game on TV. That's kind of what it felt like, because Bama's was disappearing like sporadically, like they were just in waves. You know what I'm saying? They was up out of there. And hey, I'm sorry y'all had to catch that stray bullet. But guess what? It is what it is. It is what it is. This is a live sports. This is the NFL season. This is what comes with the trenches and territory of being a fan of a certain team. Go through the highs and the lows, and right now, a lot of people had us losing, and we were not the favorite going into this game. So, and y'all know me, I love an underdog story, and I love a upset, type of environment. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say put some respect on our name, but guess what? If we keep playing like this, y'all motherfuckers gonna have to put some respect on my commander's name at some point. But I'm gonna remain humble because we got a big task against us. I know they looking bad over there up there in Cleveland, but guess what? For some reason, they play good against us at home, or they like that's their game that they find a way to fix shit. But anywho, let's talk about these Cardinals, man. Opening drive, me and my homeboys looked at each other and said, "God damn it, here we go again." The defensive woes, man. The poor tackling, the gashing runs, man. Again, I don't know what's up with this three technique type of defensive front that we run. With Jonathan Payne and Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen lining up outside of the center, and just allowing the center to get a fucking running start at our linebackers, which I don't understand. It's like we not meeting force with force on those type of when they're lining up that far outside the gap. I actually seen like in the second, third quarter, maybe sometime around that time, I actually seen Johnny Newton playing nose tackle, kind of playing over top of the center, and we did great stopping the run. Hey, Joe Witt, get it together, my guy. Like we cannot continue to allow these gashing runs, especially straight down the middle of our defense, man. That's demoralizing. Like as a fan that loves defensive side of football. But again, I gotta give y'all credit because guess what? The offense came right back and answered with a touchdown. I believe B Rob scored the first touchdown for us. So also, let's go ahead and get on over. Oops, my bad. My bad. Hit the wrong button. Anywho, let's get on to the box score, man. That was my streaming. Be right back. I stream on Twitch too, man. So follow my Twitch, man. Mr. Simba 21, man. Follow me. But anywho, let's look at the box score, man. Jaden Daniels went 26 for 30, 233, 7 yards. He averaged 7 yards to throw, one touchdown, and let's go ahead and get it out the way now. He threw his first interception of his NFL career. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't mad at him throwing a pick. My homeboy, I'm gonna call him out, my man Ivan, man. We sitting at the game. Just the game right here. He gonna throw an interception. Just the game. He said it last week against the Bengals on Monday night. Oh, he gonna throw one or two this week. This the week right here. I'm like, man, look here, man. I know it's inevitable for a rookie QB not to have a perfect season. I know that's very rare in NFL. But yeah, I expect him to throw picks. I just don't want him to have costly picks. He threw a pick when we was up almost two touchdowns. So I'm not that, or 10 points, or rather whatever we was up. So I'm not as mad as if he would have threw a pick when we are down one or tie ball game, or it came down to a game winner and he threw a pick. I'd be a little upset. Like how y'all know I'm a Georgia fan, like how motherfucking Beck threw an interception at the end of the game after we made a fucking great comeback. But anywho, we're not talking about them. This is about the Commanders. I apologize. But he got his first pick out the way, and in that pick, um, he threw that pick like right where I was sitting at, and you can just see that it was a moment where he tried to force feed Terry McLaurin, and this is what I'm gonna say about that real quick. I was because as I was telling my homeboy, as we was getting ready to ride to the airport to come back home, um, hey, when you start to have a mindset, and I'm not saying this is JD right now, but you can just tell, and you look at some of the other great QBs in the league right now, and I'm gonna point out Josh Allen when he had Stephon Diggs, like, and Dak Prescott with CD Lamb, like you saw like the upsetness of the receivers getting mad because Josh Allen wasn't forcing him the ball. But you got to also realize, man, when you're trying to force feed your number one receiver, you're going to be bound by throwing interceptions. Because guess what? You're going to be throwing into double coverage sometimes. Or you're going to sell a ball. Or you're going to try to fit a ball in a window that ain't really open. And you're going to turn the ball over. And that at that moment, that pick, that's what that looked like to me. And I'm not mad at it. But because if you would have seen, man, just imagine if you would have double pumped to Terry McLaurin, he had Noah Brown streaking down the motherfucking sideline. He beat the cornerback with no safety help. I like my chances with Noah Brown, and then he also had De'Ami Brown underneath too. But I'm not mad at the pick. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. He got his first pick out the way. He's most likely going to throw more. I hope he don't. Shit, give me a rookie season with only one interception. I take that. That's a that's a motherfucking round of applause if you give me a rookie season with just one interception. But anywho, B Rob, 21 carries, man. Round of applause to B Rob, man. He really did his thing, and it wasn't like long runs. It was just we just kept with the run, and he was hitting them for 5, 10 yards a carry sometimes, and he had 101, man, with a tud. And then Jeremy Nichols, man, round of applause for my man Jeremy. You know what I'm saying? The big concern was, dang, we missing Austin. We missed the Austin. I actually believed in the guys that was the backups, the Rodriguez, the I don't think we got Wiley. I don't know. I gotta check. But McNichols, I was happy and excited about him getting a chance to run because 8 carries, 68 yards, had that big run for a touchdown, which was on my he ran that into my entire end zone, man. As y'all can tell, I almost lost my voice. My voice went out a little bit yesterday. It's in my back, and this is I'm gonna point this out right here, man. This is real. This is what I want to see more from Jaden Daniels. I know that's just the typical amount of run carries I want to see him have. 8. I know some going to be designed and some going to be off script. But only 8. Anything under 10 is what I want to see from him. If he's running the ball more than 10 times, I'm a little concerned at that. 5 yards a carry. I mean 6 yards a carry, roughly 47 yards, and then he ran for that touchdown. I don't want to see him run over 10 times. That's just me personally. That's just me personally. Keep him out of harm's way. Keep him under 10 rushing attempts. Zacchaeus, 6 catches, 85 yards. That dude turned it up. I gotta give him his props. I gotta give him his props, man. He turned it up. I ain't gonna lie. He had some good catches. Um, Terry McLaurin, he found the end zone again. That's back to back weeks right on the end zone. 7 catches, 52 yards. And it was like he was he wasn't Terry wasn't forcing him the ball, but the interception he forced it, and he was just found in the open seat. And let me say that real quick. Get back to that. Dak Prescott caught flack on that, and and I hate to go back, but Dak Prescott caught flack when he had CD Lamb and he was spreading the ball around. He wasn't just trying to. Kyler Murray, he caught flack week 1 for not giving Marvin Harrison that many targets, and I get it. I understand the fan bases wanting their star receivers to get the ball, or they want our teams to force the ball to their star receivers because those are the receivers that's gonna make plays for you, right? And it does work. I'm not saying it don't work. I'm not saying that it shouldn't happen. I'm just saying that as a fan base, you got to take the bad with the good, right? When you want a quarterback to force feed a receiver, that's going to come with interceptions. Because guess what? Defenses are too smart these days to not pick up on. Oh, they just gonna keep throwing it to him. Bet. Let me put this safety over top. Let me put this linebacker right here, inside this window, and now it's a pick. Or I'm telling my DB, hey man, we jumping everything because he just forcing it to him. He's not even reading He's not even reading it. Jump the ball. So, but anywho, I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I just think that let the guy find the open receiver, see who he see, because I saw some plays when he was standing in the pocket, and we're gonna get to the O line next. I saw some receivers open, and I just see him going through his progressions, which I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit, let it go right there. Fire the ball right there. But even when he scrambled, he had some guys open. I like him just still keeping his eyes down the field and making the throw. And as time comes, he's going to start actually finding some of those receivers as he escaped the pocket. So, but anywho, man, I was delighted with Jaden Daniels, man, because now we can with his stats from a passing perspective kind of gets me into what allowed him to get to those type of stats. And that was supposed to be all. My bad, y'all. And that's the blocking, man. The blocking from the O line. I gotta give them a major applause because guess what? Our quarterback didn't get sacked once. He had one moment where he was gonna get sacked, but he escaped out the pocket, got up out of it, get on because and got out of there and made something out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? But what on an overall perspective, our O line probably blocked the best I've seen in over 2 to 3 years. That was like flawless protection for our rookie quarterback because he was able to stand in that pocket. And I'm like, you could tell he wanted to take off, but he's like, nah, I'm staying here. And he was finding receivers. He was dotting up the Cardinals defense. And they did a good job blocking. They did Ben Sanat, which was a holding call. And y'all already know how I feel about these refs these days. And I got something for that ref that called that bull jive. That bull jive that he called, I think it was on McNichols, tossing the ball or doing a little whatever. Man, bruh, put your big boy pants on, man. Stop being so soft, man. These refs are so sentimental, bruh. Or he was just a fan and he was mad that we was running that motherfucking score up on their ass, so he had to hit us with a flag. But I don't like the I don't celebrations are celebrations, man. Like at the end of the day, if you're not doing nothing, right, like throwing the ball at a player, getting in the opposite player face, getting in the ref face, if you're not in if you're not affecting the opposite team when you're celebrating, man, do whatever the heck you want at the end of the day because that you have been given the right to celebrate because you accomplished the goal, you scored a touchdown. Let the man celebrate. I don't care about celebrations. That shouldn't do nothing but make the opposite team like, oh yeah, we're gonna bad. Keep that same energy. And that's part of the game. I seen a guy point out a video of Jaden Daniels saying, y'all can't F with me, y'all can't fuck with me, y'all can't fuck with me. And I'm just like, why are you why are you mad that he's telling the defense that in the moment of a game? Talk your shit. Talk your shit. And as I had to have a conversation with him on Twitter, I'm like, hey, I don't mind you talking shit, but you gotta keep that same energy if the rabbit get the gun. You know what I'm saying? The rabbit, if it don't work in your way, and they be like, hey man, that's good shit. That's good shit defense. Y'all lock my shit up. I can't be mad at y'all. Y'all did y'all motherfucking thing. I can't talk trash. And he pointed up a Kirk Cousins moment where he said, you like that, and we came back the next week and it bit us in the ass. But man, that's all in the game of sports, man. You gonna talk shit on the field if you play any type of sports on any level, anything that you do competitively, man. Shit talking is a part of it. Just don't get disrespectful. And saying y'all not like that ain't disrespectful. That's all within the love of the game. Y'all can't fuck with me is simple as that. And I stand by my man JD. You know what I'm saying? Now if you come back, God forbid, and have a bad game next week, ah, damn, see, this is why you should like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. It is what it is. It's part of it, man. It's part of it. One big catch by Luke McCaffrey, man. That 17-yard catch that he had was phenomenal. That was a great throw, like he just like he wasn't even JD feet wasn't even set. He just kind of came and flung it out there to my man Luke McCaffrey for a big third down that I think that we converted on that catch. So I'm happy with that, man. I'm happy. If I had to give the O line, I'm starting my grades right now. O line gets an A. O line gets an A plus. Matter of fact, flawless game. I have no issues. I mean, yeah, the penalties that we did have, I don't care, man. The way you kept your quarterback from getting sacked 0 times, that's an A plus, and you allowed your running backs, one of your running backs to get 21 carries for 100 yards and almost averaging. I mean, he damn near averaged 5 yards a carry, 4.8. That's 5 yards a carry. And then Jeremy Nichols hitting them for 68 yards. Benson, man, man. You didn't have back to back weeks. There was supposed to be a holding call, but fuck it, the refs didn't. The refs missed it. They missed a lot of holding calls, and that's what the refs should be focused on. Focus on the shit that y'all should be throwing penalties for. not some lame ass celebration shit, man. Focus on the real reason why y'all are hired is to call the game both sides equally and fair. Like touchdown celebrations, y'all shouldn't be throwing flags. Let the people celebrate. Have fun. Um, but my bad. Back on note, man. I'll get an O line an A+. JD definitely gets an A. I'll give him an A- with the interception. It just looked forced, so I can't give him an A+. But I'll give him an A- though. A- type of game. B Rob. Again, I'm not going over everybody. He definitely get an A. Uh, yeah, I'm not gonna grade the receivers, but shout out to all the receivers for making the catches when we needed them. Terry McLaurin had 10 targets. Damn, I just didn't realize that 10 targets. He can't say he ain't getting opportunities. He had 7 catches. So, but now let's get into the good old defense, man. And my thoughts and feelings about the defense. Again, the first drive, me and my guys were sitting. He's like, "Oh shit, here we go, man." But I ain't gonna lie, a lot of first time for the Washington Commanders happened yesterday, and I kept calling it out to my man. I said, "Man, hey, when we got our first stop, I was like, oh shit, we got off the field, third down, bet." That's good. That all right. We got to build upon that. We still missing tackles. Um, I don't know what it is at this point. Our tackling. Only thing I can do is hope that it gets better as the season goes. Guys, still arrive valiantly and actually finish plays. Jeremy Chin, you did a much better job coming in and fitting, those run stops. Um, Actually making good tackles, man. So I gotta give you a round of applause. Um, Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner also had good games. As you Big shout out to Frankie Louvu, man. He forced that fumble. I mean, the game was over, but they was in the stands. He didn't fumble. I had a guy behind me, man. He was down. He was down. I said, challenge that shit. Challenge that shit, man. He fumbled. He fumbled. They didn't want to show it on the. Y'all know how they are sometimes at home games. They don't want to show potentially turnover plays on the screen, but it actually started showing it. And I said, "Oh yeah, he fumbled." So the crowd, man, we went nuts. We went crazy when they forced that fumble, man. But shout out to Bobby Wagner, Jeremy Chan, Frankie Louvu, man, the top tacklers. We had 4 sacks yesterday. Round of applause for our D line, our linebackers. Um, Bobby Wagner half a sack, Frankie Louvu half a sack, Jonathan Allen got a full sack. That was just a great play by him, and I know a lot has been said about Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne getting paid top D tackle, D line, yeah, D tackle money, and they're not just wreaking havoc on the game as like the D tackles that are getting paid that top money, and that's true. It's true, but I can't sit here and not give them credit for the game that they played yesterday. They played a great game. They actually was getting run after a while. We started stopping that right up the middle. Even though at the end of the game they were still running the ball down the middle of the field. I mean down the middle of the line, which I did not like. But it was at the end of the game, man. We were celebrating at that point. Fuck it. Dorrance Armstrong got a 1.5 sack. Big shout out Dorrance, man, because this was a big signing for us in the free agency, right? And you wanted to see, how he would do when a lot of the attention is going towards Micah Parsons and who's the other guy? Lawrence. Um, you want to see how he can do when he's like the number one guy that we expect to make these type of plays, and he had what 6.5 sacks or something like that, 6+ sacks with the Cowboys, and we signed him, brought him here, and he finally found the quarterback, man. Look at this, what 1, 2, 3 tackles for loss. That's good. You actually want to start seeing us getting tackles in the backfield. Who else? Yeah, Deron Payne had a half a sack. And I'm gonna tell you something else. What is his name, man? The rookie, John Baptiste, man. I seen this dude rush the passer twice, and he got pressure. I'm like, oh shit, okay. He didn't get the sack. He didn't get the stats. But he actually got pressure, man. So big shout out to him. Shout out to Frankie Louvu for giving us a turnover. Because we ain't had none. I don't think we had a forced fumble prior to. I mean, in that game, I don't think that was the only turnover that we kind of had from a defense perspective. Who else? Oh man, Emmanuel Forbes. Limited snaps, man, but he came in and played good football, man. I know a lot of the analysts and some of these content creators was giving him praises for the type of game. We've been missing him because we had guys like Michael Davis who we thought was going to be a good signing for this team. Noah, who played semi good. He still I don't understand why he got win number one. It just disturbs me. But anywho, Emmanuel Forbes came in the game today, man, after having a thumb injury, and he played good. He played good, decent football. I'm not saying he's the top cornerback or he's redeemed himself from his rookie year or from week one or anything like that. Yes, he still has a lot to work on. But one thing that we cannot do as a fan base is not recognize what he has always been doing since his rookie year, and that's tackling. Because guess what? Michael Davis did not want to fucking tackle. He did not want to tackle. And I'm not saying that he can't. It's just that those two games and how he looked against Malik Neighbors getting beat twice with the same move, he didn't want to tackle. No, it looks like he's not a great tackler. I'm not even saying Emmanuel was a great tackler. But what I can say for a guy who we call Chicken Little, with the little legs, is able to come up and not be afraid to lower his shoulder and at least attempt to tackle whoever it is, running back, receiver, tight end, quarterback. He's not afraid. And he had one on a toss play when he came up and he hit the lineman, and he went low as he should. Be smart, not stupid. And allowed, I believe, I forgot who was that. No, it was Jeremy Chin that came in and followed up. And that's all I can ask for my cornerbacks. I don't want y'all to be the Sean Taylors of the world or some of these hard hitting safeties. But if you're gonna be run fit, like commit to it and not be afraid to put your body right out there. And he had one when he came down and tried to tackle Benson, and he missed it. But guess what? He allowed the defense to rally and help him out. So man, and then he had the deep pass that he played phenomenal, man. He was able to. He actually he didn't let him stack him, and then he put his body there, and then he actually turned around and looked for the ball. What I've been asking for both of these corners, Benjamin St. Juice, Noah, Michael Day. I just want y'all to, if they are going to try y'all with a deep ball, turn your fucking head around and try to bat the ball down. Or if you're gonna get beat, I would rather must see on film that you got beat trying to make the play instead of just trying to, being trail technique and make a trail technique type of stop. It's like, no, turn your head around. And I guarantee you, man, if he can sit and watch film today or tomorrow, whenever they get back into the building, and he see that, shit, I was just there. All right, I just gotta build on that, and he can build on that, and he want to have a tough task next week because we got Amari Cooper and we got I forgot who is that, the other receiver from the Broncos, Judy, and we got Judy, so he's want to be tested again. Um, and I just want them. He had a good game, man. So, man, shout out to him. What else we got here? I gotta give a shout out to Austin Eckler, man. My boy, my boy. Austin Siebert. My bad, Austin. Going 2 for 2. Hit a 45 yarder. He was 4 for 4 on extra points. He's still 100% in the last 2 weeks, and last 3 weeks actually. So major shout out to Austin, man. I'm not. My man told me all day as he was knocking down field. Ow, we got our kicker. Ow, we got our kicker. And I'm just sitting there. Nope. I am butt hurt. I'm still butt hurt to this day. I'm a little simpish right now. I want to see him consistent. I want to see a consistent kicker. I want us to actually have a kicker. Y'all know I spoke big about that in the all season, finding a kicker for Jaden Daniels, because when we get down into the red zone and we're not able to get touchdowns, and he proved me wrong, I'm not going to take nothing away from him. I give him an A+ again, man. I give him a big A+ to Austin, man, for doing what he was supposed to do. But again, and then look, here we go. Treyway. Trustway only had one punt. I thought he punted twice. Okay, one punt. Trey actually broke the record. Broke the streak of not being able to punt. Oh, defense. I'm gonna give y'all. I don't know, man. I'm gonna give y'all an A-. I'll give y'all an A- for this game because y'all held this team to 14 points. And then when we talked about the first time for Commanders, first time that we had 4 consecutive stops in a game. We started off in one. I said, "Hey, first time for everything. Can we get 2? Can we get 2 back-to-back stops?" He was like, "Hey, man, let's see. We did it." I said, "Hey, can we get 3 stops in a row, Ivan? Let's see if it worked." Hey, shit, it's the first time for everything. Let's see. It was the first time for Jaden Daniels throw a pick. That's first time. Let's get fucking 3 stops in a row. And we got 3 stops in a row. And then we got four. I think it was 4 stops. I think that's where the streak stopped at. But it was a lot of first times. First time we got 4 stops in a game, man. So hopefully they can build upon that. Hopefully Joe would continue to build upon and get the game, um, and get the games called a little bit more aggressive. Hopefully the players stay a little bit more aggressive. So I get them an A minus, man. I can't go above an A minus because they still do not know how to stop the run. Um, James Conner had 104. Trey Benson had 50. I know those was garbage yards at the end, but hey, yards is yards. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to see. I don't want to see them with 181 yards. I don't want them damn near matching us what we had in rushing yards. They did do a good job of keeping Kyler Murray in check and keeping Marvin Harrison Jr. in check, even though he did score a touchdown. But made a shout out to the Cardinals. Major shout out to my Washington Commanders. And look, I'm a spill the beans because I don't know if anybody else has talked about this, but being at the game, hey, Arizona just like disrespectful to their own fan base and team because these motherfuckers actually played some DC go-go. They actually played Sexy Lady inside the stadium. I could not get my phone out and record that shit, but I saw somebody tweet it. A man showed me that somebody tweeted it, and again, man, hey, major shout out to the Arizona Cardinals, man, for being good, sports, showing good sportsmanship. Um, Hey y'all, we 3-1, man. I'm not going to get on no high horse. I am still humbled. Hey, we got a tall task against the Browns. I will drop my thoughts and going into that game, either Wednesday or Thursday, along with my predictions of the game. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do recap. I mean, or what I think about going into this week, what we need to improve at, how I think the game is going to go, and then y'all know I'm going live on Sunday. I will not be attending this game, so if somebody want to buy some tickets, they on Ticketmaster or hit me up. I'm selling them at market price. You're not going to get a discount. I got to at least make my money back. But man, made a shout out. Happy Victory Monday to my Washington Commanders. Hey man, I catch y'all on the next one. Let's get it.